10 years on semen retention. What have I learned about women in this process? We're going to tell you every single thing and little nick and cranny and caveat that affects women, and most importantly, affects you. Stay tuned. So, women are subconscious creatures by nature. Everything a woman does around you is based off feeling. Men are logical. Men have the ability of logic and physical strength. The reality is, if this was the caveman days, you'd be able to take a woman and do whatever you want with her. But we live in reality, so that doesn't happen. How did women get created? In order to survive, what is their survival mechanism against a man that can physically dominate them? Well, they dominate you emotionally. And how do they do that? Through your, exactly, lust. How many times have you seen a crime drama where a woman's boyfriend, who she's cheating on her husband with, ends up killing the husband? That wasn't his idea. Do you understand? A woman's ability is to control you emotionally. And the only way she can control you emotionally is through your own desires. Meaning that if you are mentally weak, if you are a slave to your desires, I will show you a woman who will take control of you. I don't care how alpha you think you are. A woman is a mirror. They are a reflection of where you are, period. So the next time a woman comes up to you and comes into your life and all of a sudden everything's hunky-dory, and then before you know it, she's playing hot and cold, she's pulling back, she's testing you, she's manipulating, she's trying to make you jealous, she's doing any of those maneuvers. If you have crushed your desire for lust, if your mental becomes stronger than down there, she loses complete control. Imagine going to war. And when you're going to war, you have blown up the entire arsenal of weapons of your opponent. When you do semen retention, that is what you're doing. When you destroy your own weakness towards lust, you disarm every single woman's arsenal. You've blown up their weapon, and their only weapon. See, your weapon is that you're more dominant physically. You'd be able to control them physically. Their weapon is that they would be able to control you emotionally. So if you strip them of their weapon, they have nothing left. And how does that play out for you? I'll tell you how. In the last decade, I have seen women that are highly problematic, meaning they're bouncing from one guy to another, maybe very beautiful, sure, but ultimately they get bored of a drop of a hat until they run into me and they go, what is it about this guy that the other ones are not like? First of all, when we're intimate, I'm not climaxing, which is definitely a first for her. So she gets to get off and I don't. Even though I still seek the pleasure and it's still pleasurable, I'm not going for the outcome of climax. She can go 2 or 3 times and she can be happy. But when I do that, I'm keeping my energy internally. I'm keeping my structure. What happens is if you release with her, there's a dopamine dump and there's a spiritual dump where she takes your energy. And the more you do that, eventually you get to a place where you need to rely on her for that dopamine. You need to rely on her for that release. And when that happens, if you are a slave to your desire, congratulations, you are now officially manipulatable. So what's the solution? We take back control. Don't sit here and tell me, oh, this is such a crock of blood. I do not care, okay? Until you've been doing this as long as me, until you can call yourself the heavyweight champion of semen retention, I don't care. This works. Apply it or don't. Doesn't make a difference. All I'm going to tell you is that if you are a slave to your desires, there is always a woman out there that can control you because you are weak to her. To her, you need her in order to fulfill that desire. And if you think the solution is to go, it's not, my friend. Because if you are trapped by some kind of woman who does have a hold on you, and you go to get rid of it, what you're going to notice is that you're going to need more compulsion. You're going to need more of those to get it out of your system. And eventually you go to the point where it's profuse. And now you lack motivation, you lack creativity, you lack stamina, you lack drive, you lack charisma, you lack character, you're pale in the face, you don't really have any masculine structure to you, and you destroy your hormones. If you quench your desire for lust, she has nothing. There is no tool that can control. And here's the crazy part. All those women in the past that maybe didn't work out for you, it would have worked out with all of them. Meaning that even if they were in between people, they would have chose you. They would have chose you because they feel, keyword, feel, because they're feelers. They would feel something from you that they can't get from another man. And you know what that is? Strength, power, sovereignty, all of it. She will pick up on these things subconsciously. If you can ask her why she's more attracted to you than the other guy, all of a sudden, she'll never be able to tell you. She'll start making up, I don't know, you just make me feel good. Forget the logic. The number one most attractive trait to a woman is your sovereignty. The fact that you do not need them. The fact that you are not a slave to your desires. Because if you are a slave to your desires, they know they have the key to you. It's subconscious. They can feel it in their bones. And when they feel it in their bones, that's when they lose attraction. That's how it works. If you're ever one of those men who notice that you keep getting in these dynamics, I meet a bunch of these guys where they tell me, oh, every time I get with a girl, last 3 months and then she's gone. Maybe you should look at yourself and say, what is going on here? And the reality is, you've weakened yourself. So, take your life back, take your energy back, take your control back, and never, ever let any woman or anything for that matter control you again. Till next time, ciao.